We will be playing with a lot of down dog variations in this flow. Take your hands out wide as your mat and your feet too. Let the toes turn in a little bit, and with the hands, let the space between the thumb and the forefinger point forward. Spread the fingers wide. What we're mainly going for here is a feeling of spaciousness. Now walk the toes in so big toes touch, narrowing the stance a lot, and notice how that feels different for you in the legs. Maybe you have more stretching sensation in the calves or behind the knee. Now adjust the stance so the feet are hip width, and turn your hands in slightly so the forefinger points forward. Rock the shoulders over the wrists for plank, then press it right back to a traditional down dog. Inhale, roll forward again for plank. Exhale, try to keep your hands and feet exactly where they are as you release the weight of the heels back. One more time, inhale, swim your dog forward for plank. Exhale, release the heels down, reach the sit bones up to the sky. Now shorten your down dog by walking your feet in a couple inches. See if you can touch your heels down to the floor. Notice how the stretch increases in the backs of the legs. And then pull the right knee into the chest. Invite a little bit more flexion in the upper back here. And then release the foot down. Other side, left knee into the belly. See if you can get some cat-like opening as you press the palms down between the shoulder blades. And then place the left foot back down. Release the head. Step your feet now pretty far back so you have a long down dog. Here the heels are going to be well off the mat. Don't be too concerned about that. Instead, focus more on releasing the chest down. Then take the left foot to the top of the right heel. And switch to the other side. As you stretch into the backs of the legs, think about spinning your biceps forward and your triceps back. Then release that side. Then lower your forearms down for dolphin. This is an easier transition with the feet further back. Then lift the elbows up for down dog. Walk the hands in slowly. And release in forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows. Here let tension drip out of the spine through the crown of the head. And then release the arms, reach up to stand flat back, touch the palms. Exhale the hands down to heart center. Pause for a moment. Feel into your feet. Bend the knees, drop the hips, release through a flat back, and slowly walk your hands forward all the way to plank position, shoulders over wrists. Rock it back to down dog. Lift the heels way off the mat as you rock more weight into the balls of the feet. Stretch through the sit bones and roll forward like a wave all the way to an alternate upward facing dog. Drop the head, tuck the chin, roll back, and release the heels down. We'll do that 2 more times. So heels up high, extend through vertebra by vertebra until the chest opens, head comes up last, chin lifted, chin drops. Then the wave rolls back through the spine, finishing up with the lift of the hips, and then heels release. Heels up, hips up, roll from the low back through the middle of the spine, all the way up into the cervical, lift the chin. Last one, press the hands down to roll through the upper back, middle back, low back, release the heels. Take the knees down to the mat and settle back into child's pose. Let your forearms connect into the earth. Release the head down. And then flip the palms. Spin your thumbs out to the side. Breathe space in between the shoulder blades. Then flip the palms back down, spread the fingers wide. Come up onto the tips of the fingers and release back to down dog. Reach your right leg up for 3-legged. Lift the left heel as you extend the right heel up even higher. And then bend the knees, soften the left heel back down. Release the left palm onto the mat, and then let the weight of the top leg open you up to reverse tabletop. Stretch your right arm up and overhead. Slowly make your way back to three-legged down dog. Extend the right leg up and then place it back alongside the left. Prepare to switch to the other side. Retent the fingers. Reach the left leg up. Feel that long diagonal line and then lift the right heel. Stack the hips, bend the left knee. Release the right heel back down. Use the weight of the leg to help that heel get a little closer to the floor. Place your right palm down. Flip it on over. Extend the left arm up and overhead. Press both feet into the floor, inner and outer edges. Take it on back. Re-extend into three-legged down dog. Replace the left foot. Settle in for a full breath. Then bend the knees really deep until they almost touch the mat. Step your feet forward. I'm adjusting my sock. And then separate your heels about shoulder width. Let your toes turn open for Malasana. Hands come to heart center. Relax the shoulders down. You decide if you want to make this more active by pressing the triceps into the inside of the knees. Here I'm resting my head into the palms of my hands, choosing a more restorative option. Settle into your choice for one more breath. And release the hands to the mat. Lift the hips, walk the toes in. Take your left hand down to the mat, spin your right hand open for a little twist. Try to keep the hips in one line. And then switch to the other side. Right fingertips down, left hand reaches open. Imagine a big wind pressing into that left arm. So the shoulder rolls back, the elbow rolls back. And then release down, plant the hands. Step it all the way back to plank. And then hips up, heels down for down dog. Left hand plants, right hand comes to the outside of the left shin or ankle for an open twist. Again, hips stay pretty even here so we can work the twist into the middle of the spine and the upper spine. And then here, coming into balance, right fingertips on the mat, lift your left heel up. An option to extend that right arm in line with the left leg. This is a challenging balance here. And then release the right hand, left leg down. A moment, and then switch to the other side. Breathe into the twist for 2 to 3 breath cycles. And then release the left fingertips down. Press the right heel up toward the sky. Firmly plant that right hand down. Left heel is heavy as you lift the left arm up. Find the diagonal line and then release the left hand, right leg. Settle back into down dog. One full breath. Then release the knees to the mat. Sit back on your heels for a toe sit. Toes curled under here to get a nice stretch in the arches of the feet. This can be a pretty intense posture. So as you inhale and reach the hands up, see if you can stay with the sensation. Release the hands to the heart. Relax the shoulders, and then release the hands down to either side of you. Let them just dangle. And rock the weight forward to release that stretch. Take weight into the palms of the hands, step it back to down dog. Here, enjoy some full breath cycles. Feel the inhale expand across your belly, your chest, and into your back body and side body as well. And on the exhale, walk the hands in bit by bit, again to a forward fold, this time with the option to bind the hands behind and overhead to get into the shoulder stretch. I'm bending my knees a lot so my torso can rest on my legs. Relax the head completely. Let the shoulders soften away from the ears, and then bring the hands back down onto the mat. Walk it out again nice and slow to down dog. Knees to the mat, hips to the heels, child's pose. Here in child's, let your shoulders soften down to the mat. This sequence can be repeated at this point, or if you're ready to move on, go ahead, roll up through the spine. And do let yourself stay here and settle for a moment and feel this sense of energy, vitality you've created. Namaste.